The 1890 Wyoming with horse riding $quarter is a fascinating piece of American numismatic history, encapsulating the spirit of the Wild West and the cultural significance of Wyoming during the late 19th century. This coin, part of the broader series of commemorative quarters, is not only a collector's item, but also a window into the era of westward expansion, the rise of the cowboy culture, and Wyoming's unique place in American history. Wyoming, known as the Equality State, holds a special place in American history. In 1890, it became the 44th state to join the Union, marking a significant milestone in the westward expansion of the United States. Wyoming was also the first state to grant women the right to vote, a progressive move that reflected its forward-thinking ethos. The state's economy during this period was heavily reliant on ranching, mining, and railroads, with cattle drives and horse riding being central to its identity. The 1890 Wyoming $quarter commemorates this era, celebrating the state's rugged landscapes, its cowboy culture, and the importance of horses in everyday life. Horses were not just a means of transportation, but also a symbol of freedom, independence, and the pioneering spirit that defined the American West. The reverse of the 1890 Wyoming $quarter prominently features a cowboy or horseback rider galloping at full speed. This dynamic image captures the essence of Wyoming's frontier spirit and the critical role horses played in the state's development. The rider is typically depicted with a lasso in hand, wearing a wide-brimmed hat and leaning forward in the saddle, evoking a sense of urgency and action. The horse, with its mane and tail flowing, appears powerful and agile, symbolizing freedom and the untamed nature of the West. The horse is central to the design, representing strength, endurance, and the indispensable role it played in the lives of settlers, ranchers, and cowboys. Horses were essential for transportation, herding cattle, and navigating Wyoming's vast, rugged terrain. The cowboy figure embodies the rugged individualism and self-reliance that characterized the American West. The rider's posture, leaning forward, hat brim pulled low, suggests determination and a connection to the land. The lasso, or lariat, in the rider's hand, is a tool synonymous with cowboy culture. It symbolizes skill, resourcefulness, and the daily challenges of ranch life, such as herding cattle or breaking wild horses. While the background is often simplified on the coin, the imagery evokes Wyoming's open plains, rolling hills, and expansive skies. This setting underscores the state's vastness and the sense of freedom associated with the frontier. Wyoming was, and still is, a state deeply rooted in ranching and cowboy culture. The image of the horseback rider pays homage to the cowboys who worked on cattle drives, tended to herds, and helped shape the state's economy and way of life. The design captures the adventurous and pioneering spirit of the American West. Wyoming, as one of the last states to be settled, was a land of opportunity and challenge, where individuals had to rely on their wits, skills, and horses to survive. In the late 19th century, horses were not just animals. They were partners in survival. From Native American tribes to settlers and ranchers, horses were essential for transportation, hunting, and labor. The coin's design highlights this deep connection between humans and horses. The coin was minted to commemorate Wyoming's admission to the Union in 1890. The horseback rider symbolizes the state's readiness to join the nation as a vibrant and dynamic part of the American story. The reverse design of the 1890 Wyoming $quarter is a masterpiece of numismatic art. The level of detail in the horse and rider, down to the flowing mane, the rider's posture, and the sense of motion, demonstrates the skill of the coin's engraver. The design is both realistic and evocative, capturing the energy and vitality of the American West. The horseback rider is often interpreted as a generic cowboy, but some see it as a nod to the mythologized figure of the American cowboy, popularized in literature, art, and later in film. The design reflects the romanticized West, a cultural movement that idealized the frontier and its inhabitants. This romanticism played a significant role in shaping America's national identity. The coin's imagery has inspired countless artists and collectors, making it a beloved piece of Americana. The reverse design of the 1890 Wyoming quarter dollar, featuring a horseback rider in full gallop, is a powerful tribute to Wyoming's cowboy culture and frontier spirit. It encapsulates the state's history, its reliance on horses, and the enduring legacy of the American West. According to the NGC Price Guide, a seated Liberty quarter from 1890 in circulated condition is worth between $100 and $725. However, on the open market, 1890 quarters in pristine, uncirculated condition sell for as much as $18,500.